Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Debbie and I read a lot of books, and I just managed to burn my head with a hairdryer or dry my hair, and it's just right there, so I put some after sun on it. Today I finished another book, obviously, or I wouldn't be here. Today's book is called The Interview by CM Ewan. Everyday Situations, Deadly Consequences. This doesn't even have a blurb. I'm going to have to find a blurb for it. It doesn't have a blurb on this page. It's 5 PM on a Friday. You have been called to an interview for your dream job. In a stunning office 13 floors above the city below, you are all alone with the man interviewing you. Everyone else has gone home for the weekend. The interview gets more and more disturbing. You're feeling scared. Your only way out is to answer a seemingly impossible question. If you can't, what happens next? How does that sound? I couldn't put this one down, admittedly. It does say perfect for fans of J.P. Delaney and TM Logan. Big TM Logan fan here, so right up my alley. And it's in crime and thriller, 400 pages. And I read this on my phone, so I had a slightly smaller screen, so it felt like it was like 600 pages on there. Your front cover, it just says her dream job or a deadly trap. And then you've got a lobby with 3 lifts, elevators on the front, which, having read it, is very fitting. 2 of them are open and 1 of them is closed. So, yeah. Where to start with this one? I will say, I could not put this book down at all. So at the beginning you meet Kate. She is getting ready for a job interview, and so yeah, the very, very first page of the story starts with a fist bangs on a sheet of glass, bangs again. On one side of the glass, all is still and hushed. On the other side, the air sings with shouts and screams. 130 feet up in the middle of a city of 9 million people, and nobody hears or sees a thing. And then you go on to Kate Harding's CV. So you're seeing everything that she has put on there, or reading between the lines of what's not on there, and you see that she's been flight attendant, she's been a PR assistant, PR account executive, and an account manager. And you get her education, her activities and achievements, with her hobbies. Yeah, she starts off running up to this building saying, "I'm late, I've got an appointment at 5 o'clock with Edge." And she is asked to sit down. They call up, and it turns out they're running over slightly anyway, and so they're just like, "It's absolutely fine, just take a seat, take a breather." And then her recruitment agent, Maggie, comes and sits next to her and just says, "Look, it's okay, like, you'll get through, and I'll arrange for us to meet in the pub afterwards so we can discuss what's your interview and everything." And she is eventually called up to the interview by a man called Joel White, and the entire book covers that one night, that one interview, and what happens as the hours tick by. I'll say a lot of it goes into Kate's past and her previous jobs and her relationship with her husband and her relationship with her brother. Most of it's done from Kate's point of view, but occasionally you get the point of view of other people as well, including Joel, the interviewer, and you're trying to understand what on earth is going on, basically. You want to know why this interview is going so wrong, and what's happening, and why it's becoming an interrogation, and then the games that start to play, and when she's left alone she realises that she can't escape, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And there was a point when I was just there going, "Kate, why are you not shouting from the rooftops every 2 seconds, 'What do you want from me?' Because that was all I wanted. I just wanted to say, 'What do you want from me?' over and over and over again, because that's what I would have done if I was in that situation. It's like, what do you want? What do you want? I mean, she does say it a couple of times, but there were points when I'm just like, "Girl, you really need to say this more often." It comes a point when, like, all the phone lines are cut and she is left up there by herself while Joel is off doing other things. And at first she's just like, "Oh, I was told that this was an interesting interview process, you know, this some sort of test." And then it just gets weirder and worse. But it was so good, I could not put it down. Every single time I had to put it down, it was just like, I just want to carry on, but I can't because I've got stuff to do. It just spirals and spirals and spirals until you have no idea what's left. And Kate has nothing left to give. And yeah, it was just It's so ridiculous but so brilliant. The fact that a lot of it comes back to her CV and what she's done before, and then like the personal questions that she's asked at the beginning, which she's just like, oh, but Edge has said that it's like breaking its own rules and things, you know, is this part of it? And she's at the first hurdles, she's questioning stuff, and it was just like, oh girl, I would have gotten out while I still could, because it just goes so wrong so quickly, and then she's just left to defend for herself. But she's on the 13th floor of this building, and so nobody can see her. As far as other people are concerned, she left hours ago, and it just gets worser and worser and worser. I'm just trying to stay still, because as I said, this happens over one evening, over this one job interview. And like when you look at the chapters, it's got like Friday 5:03, 5:06, 1:15, 17 minutes past. Like it just goes through the whole evening. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, like midnight. Like you've just got this whole evening covered until 12:45 a.m. on the Saturday, and then you do have a bit of an epilogue at the end as kind of you go back and figure out, just kind of like reflect on what's just happened and what's going to happen going forward. And it was one of those things where it's just like there are so many hints dropped at the beginning as to part of the story, part of why what is happening. And so there were a couple of things where it's just like, yeah, I picked up on that, and then other things that came completely out of left field. So it's one of those things where you got twists that you can see coming and twists that you can't see coming. And I love that balance of getting the pat on your back, yes, I picked up on that Easter egg, but also there is also something in there that there wasn't a hint of. And yeah, and some things that you figure out like just before it's about to happen. And this was such a good book. It was such a good book, and perfect timing to shut up about it because my battery is about to die. But yeah, I just recommend this book so much. It's The Interview if you like a good twisty thriller. And as I said, the fact that it just happens over one night just really does keep you on your toes. The Interview, CM Ewan. I'm definitely reading more from this author. I think that it was incredible. When I got to the end and realised that it's actually CM Ewan is a man, and so much of it is done from a female point of view, I just thought that was done really, really well. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I felt like I sped through that because I was just trying to keep stum on so much of what happened. But yeah, follow the Easter eggs, follow the clues, but at the same time there will be twists that you don't see coming at all. Yeah, The Interview. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time with another video. I love you all. Goodbye. Bye.